Good morning, tankers. Welcome to another episode of Beginner's Guide. Today we're doing Platooning 101, and we're going to be featuring Climber 123 and Alistair's Jambalaya. Well, guys, it's hard to talk about platooning without talking about these two guys. These guys platoon together religiously, and they've become a great example of what you need to do. Truthfully, I would pit these two up against anybody in the game. I don't care if they're unicums or who they are or what clan they are. These two work amazing together, and they're a great example of what to do. Now, my brother and I, Coach Mike, we also are great at platooning together, but because I'm not playing the game right now, taking a family break, I have to use these clips from Alistair and Climber. And Climber's game at the end, which we're going to focus on, is absolutely an ace. But let's start with this. So the first subject I want to cover is communication. Now, here you see Climber and Alistair on Castilla, and they're separated a little bit, but they're in communication with each other. They are using an app called Discord, which they can talk back and forth with. Now, if you don't have Discord or some kind of a communication app you can platoon with your partner, I highly recommend that you get this app. It enables you to communicate back and forth in-game with your platoon partner, or if you're doing a tournament, you can platoon with your tournament partners, and communication is the key to winning in these situations. There you can see, even though Alistair and Climber were separated, they were in communication and working together to tech out these tanks. You'll actually see that game later on in an ace video where they continue working together. Here we are on... Oh, I'm blanking on this map, man. Anyways, here they are working together again. Again, they're separated, but they are working together, taking out targets. And one of them is drawing fire and keeping them spotted, while the other guy puts out shots. I mean, Climber's in front, keeping people spotted and putting rounds out, while Alistair is also putting out rounds and controlling this map. The two of them work really well together, and like I said, communication is the key. Another key part is sharing armor. Now, you'll see this much better in the game with Alistair and Climber next, but part of platooning is sharing armor. You both have armor, and they're at tier 10, so they're both in heavies, and they both have over 2,000 hit points. That's over 4,000 hit points, probably closer to 5,000 hit points that the two of these guys can share in taking on the other team. Now, when you're sharing hit points, that means somebody is not always in front. And here we go into the game I'm talking about. So somebody's not always in front, and somebody is going to be in back. Now that these two are working together, they're working towards the hill. Alistair is in the Super Conqueror. No, sorry. Climber's in the Super Conqueror, and Alistair is in the E100. So they're working towards the sea base on Port Bay, and they're just going to work together taking out these targets, and that is exactly what this game is you need to work together. So Climber has put himself in a position to spot the enemy and go hold down and control these tanks. Alistair is coming up on his left in his E100, and he's going to be trying to put some big shots out to dominate the damage and take advantage of the spotting and all that. Again, they are communicating back and forth. They're talking in Discord. They're discussing what the plan is. Do you want to push? Do I want to push? Watch the target on the right. Watch the target on the left. That's what communication is all about. If you can control these situations and work together to keep targets in front of you and let each other know what's going on. Hey, I'm running in trouble here in the back. I have people coming up behind me. Or, hey, focus this guy. He's down to one shot. You can finish him off while I get the next one. That's communication. That's platooning. That's what it's all about. Now, you can't see it right now, but Alistair, he just cleared somebody. but he is also taking some big damage, and the other team has now come up behind Alistair, and he's told Climber, and Climber's turned around to come back to help Alistair. You can see Alistair is facing another E100, and there's 3 tanks now that these two are facing, and Alistair is down. He's down to a one-shot right now, but let me tell you, I'm going to ruin the surprise for you. He's not going to die, and that's because Climber is going to move forward to share hit points. Alistair is now done it. He's given up all he can. They have 3 targets before them, and they're going to start. Now there's 2, but they're going to start working together. And what you can see is Climber is doing a hell of a job keeping Alistair behind him, and he's even watching to see, where the E100 is facing, because the E100 he's focusing only on Alistair. He wants that kill. He knows that he can splash him with HE and finish off Alistair with no problem. But Climber is doing a hell of a job of shooting hit points and keeping that E100 out of reach until finally they pull the kill off and the E100 is dead. So now they're both moving together, again following targets. Alistair's going to go up on the hill and play an Overwatch position, just looking for targets to cover Climber, while Climber pushes hard, and he's going to push into B cap, and already this game is done. They're down to 1 target. The other team has just been wiped out, and we can see that there's all 6 on the green team is alive. And here we have Alistair has pulled out, and Climber pulled out a win, and Climber has actually pulled out an ace. Here it is. He pulls out a beautiful ace, lots of damage, the team has gotten lots of damage, lots of kills. We just see how they dominated together. Gentlemen, that's how you platoon. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work to get to that point, but if you practice and you work together and you use Discord, you can do it. Hey, as always, thanks for watching. Merry Christmas.